Hey everyone, this is the most demanded stuff that we have been um, getting so far in the recent days. Alright, so the interview discussion on a point of view with UDS. Alright, so the first question is a very common, it's not only with the UDS, it's a very common question. So, how much you can rate yourself out of 10? Yeah, what I can say is, here there is a five category of so in this video it's not like one question one answer, it's not like that. First you have to understand how should you prepare this protocol on an interview perspective. All right, so that's what all matters, and you'll get a very clear idea on how you can manage with this. So here there is a five categories has been given. So it start with this services and this. So you can just give 2 points each once you are okay with this. Say for example, what are the service or you worked for. So you are ready to tell like 10 services or you worked for 10 services and you are ready with these 10 services, you can give +2 for this. All right, so that you will be 2 out of 10. And purpose, say for example, what are the 10 services, or if you are ready to give out of like 27 services out there, I know 15 services, but even remaining 12 services I have a knowledge I gone through like that. Or if you are okay with to bear only 15 services I worked on and I know, and if you know all the 15 services purpose, it's very simple, it should be in one line, only one line or two lines maximum. So it's very simple, you can even make it up in 30 or 40 minutes. All right, so if you are ready with this, then you can add here, so that now you are 4 out of 10. So this is how you should rate yourself before you are giving this rating. All right, so now let's discuss one by one from the point one. All right, so what are the services you worked or so far? So please be genuine in your interview. First of all, that's my humble request. And again, what are the services or you worked for? So here, once they started to ask what so what you worked for. So here you should be genuine, so that they expect you to be genuine. Say for example, if you, of course, it's a 27 services, out of you worked only 12 or 10, or only 12 or 10, you can be discount with this count genuinely, so that they won't expect what you don't know. They want to understand how you know what you worked on. That's it. So they'll expect only from this. All right. So this you had to be very clear uh, before answering. And purpose of any or some services. Say for example, in the 12 services, you may say tester present is the one you worked on. So they may ask, okay, give me what is tester present, or what is the purpose of tester present, or they may use some indirect questions that literally mean to know what you have knowledge on the purpose of the services. All right, so purpose, and also you can add subfunctions, so you should be ready for that. So it should be one line. So maybe in our previous videos we have given a one line explanation or two lines explanation for the services, that you can use, because that is what the the fact of the fact or usage of this particular services. So next set of questions is the process flow, or all about the standards are very important. So obviously, UDS is a standard, it's a protocol, right? So all about the process or the standards that you should be really aware. Say for example, it's a ECU, it's a tester. All right, so how the tester communicates with the ECU, like that request or response, and what are the sub functions being used, and what are the service IDs. Say for example, what is tester present service ID? It's a 3E. So it's a protocol, these are all, it's not, it can't change. All right, so how the communication take place, how the communication starts from the tester, or how the communication waiting for the request from the tester. So all these protocol, the flow. So this part you should be very clear. All right, so next come is a very important point, and here most of the techies, they lose their control, and means they are not much grip in these particular stuff. So that is the terminologies. Of course they work with most of the services and with huge applications, but most of them are fail to express their knowledge on the terminology. Say for example, data format identifier. What is data format identifier? What is RIDs? Of course they works with the routine control, but the simple terminologies, what is RID, they can't answer. Alright, so what are the number of bytes can be accommodated in the DIDs? So these are all with the terminologies. So P2 timer, P2 max, the key, speed, um, so these are all the terminologies should be, ALFD, address and length format identifier. So these terminologies, this for this you should focus more. All right. Of course, no one can learn 100%, but at least we have to try push ourselves near to at least some extent. So at least as many, if you are working on UDS, try to learn at least one or two terminologies a day. So it will really helpful because it's not so big. Say for example, so data format identifies a two line definition. It's a kind of a data parameter, and it compresses or it encrypts the software before you are flashing. So that's what the purpose of this. Like that, you start to learn, you start to write, and you should keep it in your memory, and you have to go through if you are really working on, or if you are again preparing also, you should try to know this. All right. Then next is all about the NRCs. This plays a major role. Literally, what are all we spoke, this is this is kind of a 50%, and NRCs is always a 50%, if you split the positive negative. All right. But of course, content wise it may not serve 50%, maybe it's a 5% of the entire content. But yes, you should be aware what services, say for example, if you tell here 12 services, what these 12 services supports. One, two, three. So this first service, what are the NRCs it support? The second, third. So this is how you should learn. So in the interview point of view, how the question will be: what are the supported NRCs for 37? Explain one. So example, these are all the NRCs. Now you should pick 24. 24 is the one. So there is four NRCs with the 37. You should be very accurate with this number because these are all only four. It's not more. All right. So 13, 24, 31, 72. Let me pick 24. Why you should pick 24? Because 22 you can talk more, or it's not like more. You should have a precise and accurate answer. Say for example, uh, NRC 24 is one of the common NRC that I used to get in my work environment, because uh, when our script we run, so in that the flow may not be properly mentioned. So for example, for this particular service, I have to be first in the programming session, then I have a extended session, that is non-diagnostic session, then I have to do the security to be unlocked. After security unlocks, then I have to initiate the request command to to upload the data. That is a 34 service I need to use. After 34, then I have to use for the 35. Then if it is required, I'm sorry, okay, if it is it is initiative, and if it is required 35, then I have to use the service called 37. But sometimes in the script this flow may not be properly mentioned. They may directly put 37, or they may not use they may not use the 34. Somewhere they miss, then I'll get this particular NRC. So in this, what your interviewers start to understand is, with only this service explanation, you covered almost 6 to 7 services. That means you are really have a good knowledge about these 6 or 7 services. So there is a possibility of they may consider, yes, you are good at this particular topic, and let's move to some other topic instead wasting of time that where they already judged you. So this is how you should perform, even if the question is purpose of any service. You can say 27. Yeah, 27 is one of the most critical service, because it is a security access. It protects our data um, um, from the hackers. So this is the purpose, and for this particular service usage, I have to be in again some extended session. Then I have to be I should have the tester present. So here extended sessions is 10 service, then 33 is tester present, then I have to use the 27. The 27 has the algorithm of requesting for the seed, then requesting for the key. So this is how the process flows. After this, whatever the operations I want, I can do. For example, routine control. If I want to do some routine control, or if I want to write something using 2E, I need a security access. So this is the purpose of the security access. So before and after, see how much I covered. It's a 10, 3E, either routine or 2E. So almost we covered 6 service. So if you do like this, say now itself we have covered, I think, different 10 or 11 services in this flow. So if you answer like this, yes, the interview knows you are good at this, so they won't waste much time, and they may give you, they may have a good impression on you with respect to this particular topic. All right, maybe if you need any example, example explanation, like how here I have just given some kind of trailer stuff, kind of a demo. If you really need some example or an explanation for these, any of this, um, you can just connect with us, like in just give your comment, so that we'll definitely get back. And probably this particular terminologies we will be taking more, because we have so many terminologies we can try to get one by one. But apart from this, if you have any confusion in any in this four, like 1, 2, 3, and 5, please reach out so that we'll try to make you understand. All right, so that's all about this video. I hope you got something, and we'll get back to you in the next video. Until then, bye, take care.